ever thought about the value of a penny? Have you ever cleaned out the crevice in between the cushions of your couch? How does the coin compartment in your car look? Can you imagine life without the penny? It is time we as Americans seriously consider throwing away the 1-cent piece that is the penny. What is a penny comprised of? Well, recently there is a few different answers for that. As early as 1909, the penny was comprised of mainly copper. And in 1959, due to a shortage of copper, America had its first redesign of the penny. And it was comprised mainly of zinc at this point. 98% zinc to be exact, and 2% copper. Recently there has been a 6/10 increase in the cost of production of the penny, meaning that it costs more to make the penny than the penny is actually worth. And with rising zinc prices in the last few years, this has become very counterintuitive to continue to make pennies and have them as part of our monetary system. Zinc prices are going up because zinc is now being used to make all different kinds of things, from toaster ovens to electrical wiring to suntan lotion. Zinc is a very highly desired material right now. One problem with that is that China is the world's largest zinc exporter, and for America to be more dependent on China than we need to be is a big problem. Copper has tripled in value in the past years, so that is not an option at all. The number of pennies made each year is 7 billion pennies. That's a lot of pennies, and that is half the amount of coins made in the United States each year. Pennies are not accepted in bulk. You have to roll pennies up into paper coin holders in order for those to be accepted at most places. This becomes very tedious. Most people, when they find pennies on the ground, even though it's a good luck symbol to find the penny heads up, they don't even stop to pick these up anymore. Many people throw pennies into ponds, or pools, or fountains, and this is thought of as a good luck tradition. Once again, showing that most people nowadays really don't have a need for the penny. Also, pennies are worth so little to people that they now have things in stores up near the cash register that are leave a penny, take a penny bins. These have been around here for about 10 or 15 years, and another reason that we don't need the penny. I think one of the things we could do to help ease this transition into retiring the penny would be to round the cost of a product up to the 5-cent mark or down to the 5-cent mark. This would easily transition us out of the need to have any pennies whatsoever. And you ask yourself, would this be a problem for people? Would costs go up? There's been a study recently done in Wake Forest University by Dr. Robert Whipple, and his data shows that costs would not be affected at all if we rounded down and up to get rid of the penny. Another problem with these pennies is it is, on average, a worker at a convenience store wastes 7.5 minutes of time doling out pennies for change for their customers. Now, this doesn't sound like a long time, but you could easily be doing other things in those 8 minutes. Sweeping the store, helping customers in other ways. I think this is another reason we need to retire the penny. It takes up too much time when you're making change for customers. There was a man recently in Arkansas in 2005. Edmund Knowles collected pennies from 1966 to 2005. He was saving for his retirement and his Social Security time. Edmund Knowles didn't know how many pennies he had, but he kept saving, and save he did. He had 4 55-gallon drums full of pennies, and an additional 3 20-gallon buckets. This ended up being 4 tons of pennies. Yes, that's right. 8,000 pounds of pennies. Imagine trying to get these pennies to the bank. Well, what he had was 13,260 pennies. Or that's the monetary amount. He had 1.3 million 260 pennies, equal to $13,200. I think that Mr. Knowles, though he was really excited about this money, I think would tell you that we don't need the penny anymore. It is time to retire the penny. And I know there's some Lincoln nostalgia. You know, Abraham Lincoln has been on the penny for a long time. In 1959, we put the Lincoln Memorial on the back of the penny instead of the wheat stalks from Illinois, you know. And Illinois representatives lately have made a push to retire the penny and make it a national symbol, like a national monument. And the Mint, the U.S. Mint, agrees with these U.S. representatives, and I agree with them. Again, we are losing tremendous amounts of money making these pennies. The penny costs more to make than it's worth. We are paying China for the zinc used to make these pennies, helping them become more of a world power than they already are. Nobody needs China to be as rich as they are, and I think our dependency on zinc is becoming a big problem. This could help our economy lead to a recession or depression. We're already in tough times. We don't want this to get any worse, relying on the penny. We need to retire the penny. So the new president has said that he and his administration will take a hard look at this and take it under consideration. Everyone in the country should be thankful for this, and I think that if we as people, as Americans, can make this movement happen, that retiring the penny would be great for all of us. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to my speech.